One of the things that we practice with owners when it comes to stay behavior is now if she's working at this distance, you are aware of when you have to correct her. You have to correct her from the front.
Okay.
She owes you the balance of the exercise, and we never call the dog out of the stay.
Okay.
We return to the dog, we release the dog, and we reward the dog. Actually, technically, the release can be the reward, and you can reverse it. It can be return, reward, release. What we do is what they call a exercise finished, where you return to the dog. Both of you are facing heel position. You give the dog one step heel, sit, and that is basically what we call the exercise finished. It's very formal. It's something that we teach for our competition obedient students, but it's a great way to delineate in the dog's mind that we're done with this exercise, we're moving on to another without it having to be all woo-ha, big party. Right. We don't want to ruin that moment, but by the same token, we want the dog to understand that they're not finished until we're finished with them. Now, she's going to break.
She is, yeah.
Good lass. So we're going to capture the moment while we can, and we're going to, and that was actually,
were we close?
Yeah, it was over a minute. Return to your dog. You're going to be facing the heel position. Exercise finished. One step, heel, and sit. Take her off the table. Heel.
Okay. Stay.
At heel. And then sit.
Sit.
Good. Good girl.
Okay, so
now,
in
it's
that case, I don't say okay.
correct, because basically, when we're teaching a new command, you know, with a down, basically, we're teaching a new command. I don't want her putting up a big fuss and being kind of sour. I want her to be a little bit more enthusiastic, so we're going to relieve pressure and take her off the table. Stay is something that the dog knows. We're going to go a little slower, right? So she knows how to heel, she knows how to stay, and eventually you can do a whole variety of different things after training. So if we're telling the dog to sit and stay, eventually you can tell her okay and release her remotely. What we don't want you doing is practicing recalls off of stays at this point. So it's the same with down. We're not practicing down yet, or we're not practicing stay at down yet. So we're simply introducing down command. We're going to relieve pressure by giving her an incentive. Okay, come off the table, you can relax. Later on, we're folding more exercises or more expectations into the exercise, so that way we're going to change the end of it slightly. Okay? Good. Let's take her back up to the table, practice another stay.
Yeah.